Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to the Ur-Quan Masters. Last time was a rundown of everything you ever wanted to know about the game, and more. In this episode, we're actually going to get on with outfitting our flagship Starluck, adjusting some things, and exploring! Woo, exploring! So, I should probably select the fucking game window. First thing I'm going to do is fuel up. Fuel costs 20 resource units, so I can stock up here from 6 to 60. I believe. Yeah, that's my max. Now I can go ahead and play around with some modules. For example, I can take ye old ion bolt cannon and completely scrap it. There's a 1-to-1 trade ratio, so you don't have to worry about getting completely screwed. You can buy or sell at your own leisure. So we're selling the gun, we're gonna buy antimatter thrusters. Thrusters. Thrust as far as the eye can see. Thrust everything forever. Turning jets, lame. Other things, crew pod, boo, storage bay, fuel tank, dynamo unit, fuck that shit. You could buy more landers. But we need antimatter thrusters. Thrust into antimatter land. Yeah. That'll be good. And actually, as a matter of fact, I am going to scrap my cruiser. You'll notice that they've the same transaction rate to build them as it is to destroy them, so that's not a big deal. This is also the area where you replenish your crew. Currently, they only cost 3 RUs, but if you deplete the star base enough, they'll cost more RUs. Try not to get your people killed. They don't just like magically spring out of like fucking daisies or whatever. They're kind of valuable. They are a limited resource. Okay? Okay. So let's exit the menu and actually go back to outfitting our starship here. Because with our newfound power, I think I'm gonna take the pain to put another storage bay here onto Starluck. And I will actually be revisiting the star base after I finish looting the planets in this system. Right. So, let us go. Carry on. Yeah, that'll be fine. Game save. Let's go ahead and save in the slot 3. I know it's number 2, but it's the 3rd slot. And embark out of this place. Whoosh. To explore the rest of the planets in the solar system. Like Venus! Oh yeah, this is a fucking great one to explore. You guys remember how I said not to land on this planet? Not for a long time. Notice the weather. Weather is class 8. Not to mention, there's not that much that's actually valuable on the planet. It's not worth landing on. Don't fucking do it. Okay? Just let it go. Just let it go. I could show you, but my rover would instantly evaporate, and I would have to load the game. And we would all be sad. Well, I didn't quite mean to go here, but I do move pretty fast now, folks. I'm a fucking ninja. A space ninja. And we want to head to Mars. Get your ass to Mars. Like Quaid. Quaid! Right, so here we are at Mars. Mars is a pretty safe planet to land on. On the other hand, it doesn't have much in the realm of, things to pilfer. And if this were like a planet that we'd normally encounter, like away from Sol, I wouldn't advocate landing on it. The materials are common, so you could eventually get your value back, but it's just an expenditure of fuel. You do have to go back and acquire more fuel. At the start. Better try not to spoil too much. We can just roam around here, picking up some stuff, and only one landing will be all that I'll do. Pick that up, and then fly away. Go ahead and save the game, just in case terrible things happen. And away we go! Leaving Mars, we got our asses to Mars, and now we are fucking aborting out of there. We shall head now to, I believe that is Saturn. Nope! Okay, good. We can't land on the gas giant, however, we can examine Titan. Which, has some, minerals here that we can pilfer, make our own. Not as dangerous as, say, something like Prospector is, right, folks? I say that, and then fucking bolts of lightning just beat the shit out of me. That is exceedingly unlucky, folks. Wow. I'm gonna load the game. You wanna destroy my lander here? Come on, douchebags. Come on! There you go. That's the lander destroyed. That's a loss of 500 resource units. Now, let's load the game! Yay! Fucking chicken shit. I already pilfered this planet, right? Let's try that again. I didn't have to reload the entire time I was on Mercury, which is a far more dangerous planet, but I get my ass to fucking Titan. The game's like, LOL. I gotta stop overshooting. Oh, by the way, let's go ahead and move over here. We can scan this. It's Saturn. Hooray! But you can't land on it. It is illegal. I mean, you want to land on a gas giant, what the fuck is wrong with you? Come on. We're carbon-based beings. We can't pull that well. We're organic beings. Something. Never mind. Let's go ahead and do our full super cool auto scan and everything, and risk the hells of Titan again. Hopefully with no loss of life this time, game. Fucking ninja-ass lightning bolts. Like that. What the fuck, game? Hello! It's like it's a metal object moving across the planet? What? How am I not able to kill that? No, damn it. Whenever I was fucking doing my test game, I did Titan flawlessly. Mercury was the problem I had the game. Wow. Ponzor. You know what? I might just fucking skip this planet. I might. I don't have to take this bullshit. Fuck you, but you're like, why don't you just sacrifice the crew? Because it's not worth it. Losing crew is not worth this planet. I'll be right back. Dum-de-dum-dum. Dum-de-dum. See, look at that. That'll be good. Yup, fuck it. That's landing on the planet. It's totally not worth it. Yep, I totally didn't land on that planet and gained like 50 if... Nope, I didn't do that, wasn't me. Nope, I'm innocent. I didn't do it. Let's go ahead and fly to... Jupiter. Nice. Oh, and let's go ahead and visit this gas giant, just so you all can say, oh, hey, I went to Jupiter. Yay! You scan the planet. It's not fucking exciting. You can't land on it. But what about these? The moons. We have Io here. Tectonics of class 4, and what is that? Oh my! Those look pretty cool, don't they? Take a look at our cargo here. Nope, you don't see that. Ignore that. That looks like more than your average base metal there. Oh my. Totally exciting. Let's go pilfer it. Tectonics class 4, there will be some earthquake features, but I should be able to dodge that. Much better than fucking ninja goddamn lightning bolts. I mean, look at that. That's just so calm and peaceful and everything. Let's go ahead and abort, and dispatch myself again. See what else I can pick up. Snag you. And you, and circle around for you. And I'm actually going to go ahead and land one more time after saving the game. Oh my god, I've saved so much more compared to any other Let's Get On the adventure I've ever done, even Daggerfall. Oh my god. And we'll just cruise along here. Yes, we're going to cruise along here. Pick up the rest of that. And IO is now clean. We've picked it clean. Navigate. We've entered now. Seriously, it's like I'm playing XCOM. Oh my god, oh no, save. Alright. More minerals await us here. Glorious. Let us dispatch ourselves, forsooth, verily to acquire them. I'm on your planet, eating your minerals. Snack foods. Yay. And let's go ahead and grab this bit up here. Let's go ahead and grab this bit up here and sweep down there and leave the planet. See, now wasn't that just a little peaceful thing here, Europa? Man, if only they were all so easy. Fucking earthquake appears out of nowhere. Goddamn lightning bolt. Fuck! Alright, that's enough. I suppose your crew... I mean, it's only worth 3 resource units at the beginning, so you can, you can lose some. And I played this game less like a pussy back in the day, but I'm old now, and it's like, what? What's that? Whippersnapper! I play games how I want! Fuck you! It's just at the beginning of the game, I'm all sensitive and shit. Later on, I'll let the strings loose and not be such a pansy, and actually risk my crew members. I'll certainly risk them in combat. In Ganymede here, this is a planet you can fucking ignore. I don't know. I'll go ahead and show you. These are like common minerals. These are the worst kind. But, it could be worth the fuel that we're expending here. But I'm only going to execute one landing. Certainly not more than one. Oh. All full. Alright. Navigate. Now the next place we need to go is Uranus. Uranus. LOL! But a nice can we shut the fuck up. Okay. Alright. Drift casually. Success! In Spanish. With me, Grimith. And we can scan Neptune as well. But it's not a place we can land on. See? No go. But here... Hello! What you got here for me? Triton. Weather Class 2, Tectonics Class 1 should be safe for me. I'm not gonna save the game. I'm gonna roll with it. We'll see what happens. Class 2s, I think, are, within Class 2, that's safe. Anything above that, that's when you have problems. Picking the solar system clean, 'cause we're great explorers, yeah. Got some arsenic, yeah. This haul was really not worth the fuel I expended to get here. Whee! Whee! Pew pew! Not enough of that. Out of curiosity, I was only like 0.5 fuel? It's not so bad. It was worth it then, I guess. Let's go ahead and leave now. We're next going to head to Neptune, the 8th and final planet in the solar system. Because, whenever I was your age, children, Pluto was a planet. Just say it. Just fucking say it. Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Slow down! Oh, there we go. I did it! I'm the best! Hurrah! But you can see... I think I already went to Neptune. I'm an idiot. And I got Uranus and Neptune mixed up. I need to pay attention to my fucking planetary rings. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. That's how it works. You see that blue sphere right there? Yeah, Grimith. Good job. Way to go. Making yourself look like a complete and total failure on the internet. Fantastic. Yeah, it's not the constant save loading that's gonna be a problem. It's me fucking that up. Oh yeah. And finally, ye old Pluto. Pluto has a mineral bit on it, and it has an energy signal. Most intriguing. Let us save the game. This is important. Alright, let's go pick this up. Let's have some yum-yums. 5 Zo crystals, and... What is it? What is it? What is this? Pew? Not quite. Okay, let's drive into it. Holy shit! Mayday from surface. We have come under fire from an alien vessel we found hiding on the surface of Pluto. Captain, they killed Kowalski, Fritz, Chin, O'Donnell, Luigi, and all 3 of the Lieberman twins. Triplets. All 3 of the Lieberman twins. I'm tired. We have returned fire, but our stunner can't penetrate the ship's hull armor. We are initiating emergency launch procedures. End of transmission. See, that cost me some crew there, folks. I knew I was going to lose crew eventually. That's why I didn't want to lose any more. And...
Attention, a big, mean, hostile alien
Spathi.
vessel hovering overhead in an obvious attack posture. This is Spathi, Captain Whistle. I know you are going to torture me, so let's just get this over with right now. The coordinates of my homeworld, Spatiwa, are 241.6 by 368.7, and the ultra-secret Spati cipher, which is known only by me and several billion other Spati, is Huffy, Muffy, Duffy. Sorry about that little mistake with your landing vehicle. I was so startled when it approached my vessel in a threatening manner that my automated defense systems fired on it when it got too close. I hope nobody got hurt.
Yeah. So we lost 8 crew members. And due to the Spathi here, who attacked us, this race, by the way, if you recall, was a member of the hierarchy of battle thralls, which serves the Ur-Quan, who is our nemesis. So, attention alien vessel, identify yourself or be destroyed. Hi there, friend. We come in peace and mean you no harm. Don't kill us! You attacked our lander, killed our crew. Prepare to die.
Of course. As I said, I am Captain
Spathi Void Ship Star Runner. Alright.
Our sensors have tracked your entry into the system.
Useful.
Which you are no doubt here to conquer.
Of course.
And while you are certainly welcome to do so, we would be greatly appreciative if you would please just go away and forget this star system ever existed. If you don't go, it will greatly complicate our
Whiffo.
relationship with the Ur-Quan, who stationed us here to watch over the Earthlings.
And truly, you are doing a fantastic job. So, we suggest you immediately perform whatever cultural practices are customary to your species preceding death. We understand that sometimes these tragic misunderstandings happen. We grieve but are not bitter. Or die, Slug Boy. You know what? I'm not feeling that generous this morning. We suggest you immediately perform whatever cultural practices are customary to your species preceding death.
Certainly, most gracious destroyer. As is well known, before departing this mortal kingdom, all Spathi must complete the subservient ritual of Wadi Wada to be assured of a secure afterlife. As And by allowing us to fulfill this requirement, you too shall be granted immortality in our beautiful afterworld, which is absolutely guaranteed to be free of similarly immortal monsters who would otherwise eat the both of us.
You may begin your ritual, and if I might make a small suggestion, be done in less than 2 minutes. Because I am compassionate, you will not die until you have exhausted your usefulness, or enough of your slimy yammering. We fight.
Grimith and wow! Actually, a destroyer of innocence as well-traveled as yourself must know that the formalities of Waziwaza are invalid unless performed on the large moon orbiting our homeworld, Tapewa, which is only 143 light years distant, and, if I remember correctly, is especially beautiful this time of year. Shall we go now?
I find myself moved by your deep commitment to your rituals and ancestral ways. You may live. Now you must pay for the crimes of your craven masters, the evil Ur-Quan. We'd be delighted to accompany you to your homeworld. What are its hyperspace coordinates? I find myself moved by your deep commitment to your rituals and ancestral ways. You may live.
Gee, thanks.
Now, that's a way to get out of that dialogue tree, so that, you don't have to fight them. The Spathia Looter is really a difficult to ship to fight, especially since I don't actually have any sort of attack weapon. Fwifo, if I recall correctly, is actually on his own, though, so it is possible to defeat him. I've actually done it before, although it was by luck. The Eluder is a pain in the ass to fight. And, it was only by sheer luck that I killed it, because he actually, fucking hit an asteroid. But, it's not necessary to befriend him. You can totally pursue whatever option you feel is best. I certainly think being threatening in this matter is, very appropriate, considering the fact that he's fucking part of the goddamn hierarchy of battle thralls. But, due to his, immense... Yeah, besides... Can I really attack the Spathy? They're so fun to listen to. What are you doing here on Pluto?
About 20 years ago, this region of space was dominated by a loose confederation known as the Alliance of Free Stars, which was composed of the aliens native to these parts who did not want to be enslaved. They made a valiant effort against the superior Ur-Quan forces. It even looked like they might miraculously defeat the combined Ur-Quan armada, right up to the point at which the Ur-Quan totally defeated, indeed annihilated them.
Yeah, it looked like you were gonna win until you lost. So what are you doing here,
When
Pluto?
the Ur-Quan armada entered the system to subjugate formerly the Earthlings, the Ur-Quan presented the humans with the standard slave options. Join the hierarchy as combat thralls and retain some autonomy, including the right to travel through space, or become a fellow species and return to free atomic savagery on the surface of their homeworld, encased for all time beneath an impenetrable force shield. The humans chose the latter option, and so were swiftly imprisoned on the surface of Earth. But the Ur-Quan didn't trust them to obey the restrictions, so they chose a small group of hierarchy combat starships from the Illith and Spartan fleets to create the so-called Earth Guard and station them at a base on Earth's moon.
That still doesn't answer my fucking question, Fwifo.
Originally, we were stationed on Earth's moon, which made us Spatty a bit uneasy, because with each passing day we grew more and more worried about the sneaky Earthlings making a surprise attack. So the Illith kept telling us that it was impossible,
Indeed.
since the Earthlings had no ships or weapons
Indeed.
whatsoever. That made us feel a bit better, but when the Illrath left, again we grew fearful, and decided to make a strategic redeployment to Mars. Later on we decided it would be prudent to relocate to Jupiter's moon, Ganymede, then later Saturn's moon, Titan, and finally here to Pluto.
What happened to the Ur-Quan station in the system, Whippo?
The Ur-Rat contingent were supposed to be the toughest ridge crest, the most rigid flipper, yes, the backbone of the Earth Guard force. But they departed the system en masse not long after the last Ur-Quan dreadnought vanished from this
Useful.
of space. They claimed to have received a direct order from their gods of evil and darkness, who had grown dissatisfied with the Ur-Rat's passivity and wanted them to kill, or at least torture someone soon. Personally, I believe they just got bored and went up to have some fun.
When do you expect the Ur-Quan to return, Whippo?
Well, when they were pushing up into hyperspace 18 years ago, we asked them that very question, and I think they said something to the effect of, real soon.
Really creepy. So what is happening at the base on Luna, then?
We decided that if the Earthlings figured out we had abandoned the base on Luna, they would be more likely to try something primitive. So, we rigged up some old service androids and ordered them to drive around on the
Fucking Spotty are creative as fuck, though, aren't they?
Around the same piles of dirt. In addition, we connected the base's local radio transmitter to an audio malnorme fun rum called Winky's Happy Life, hoping they would think we were still there.
What? What happened to the other Spotty shows?
Over the past years, it became necessary to redeploy strategically some of our Earth-Guard forces to our homeworld in case of a sudden surprise attack by a vicious, unrelenting alien race which we Spotty call the Ultimate Evil!
I remember that, I still...
The Ultimate Evil! The Ultimate Evil! The Ultimate Evil! The Ultimate Evil! To our homeworld in case of a sudden surprise attack.
Come on,
by
folks.
A vicious, unrelenting alien race which we Spotty call the Ultimate Evil!
How many crew do you have aboard?
Dozens, that is to say scores and perhaps even hundreds of my brethren in the corridors of this specially modified,
Of course.
super-efficient, mass destruction-oriented starship, which could lay siege to an entire planetary system should we choose to do so, which, fortunately for you, we have decided not to do today.
Hundreds? Come on.
I am undone. You are far too clever for a poor like me, and now I must submit to your superior alien intellect. I guess I am not revealing any truly important secrets if I tell you that each of my species' Lunar-class void ships typically holds 30 snappy crewmen, though at present my vessel, the Star Runner, is not up to full complement due to the needs of my homeworld in their resistance against the Ultimate Evil. And in fact, my vessel is somewhat understaffed right now, seeing as how I am the only spotter on board.
Oh my!
Frustrating, as I am sure
Most
you can
unfortuitous,
understand.
Whippo. The galaxy teems with threatening monsters. Are you happy here alone?
How true, Captain, how true! In truth, just between us, during the past 7 years, I have been quite ill at ease, and yet now I find myself enjoying your company. This witty dialogue, and the presence of your huge, powerful, death-dealing starship, which, being my friend, you would certainly feel compelled to use in order to save me from any hostile life forms who threatened me with death.
Who or what is this Ultimate Evil?
As yet, the Ultimate Evil remains largely unmanifest, and its powers and exact intentions are still a bit obscure, since it lurks just outside the range of even the most sensitive long-range
Interesting.
detectors, which we feel gives conclusive evidence as to the Ultimate Evil's nefarious intent.
Why are you still here, Captain Whippo?
Since it was our most powerful and unforgiving masters, the Ur-Quan, who stationed us
Right.
here, we knew it would be grossly stupid to disobey them completely.
Indeed.
We decided it would be okay to send just one ship home. We used one of our most ancient and solemn rituals, unhappy to push the lucky ship. Then, some months later, we decided that it wouldn't really hurt.
Not really, no.
One more ship home, and then later we sent another, and then another. Well, you get the idea. Alas, as fate would have it, when the final ritual was performed, I, Pluto, was left here alone. For, as even the most immature in wrestling knows, there must always be one spotter who picks the short top runs.
Interesting. Where are the Ur-Quan now, Fwiffo?
Our masters don't really keep us very well informed about their goings-on, so that all we know is that immediately after the subjugation of the last Alliance race, the Hut, I think, the Ur-Quan gathered their dreadnoughts and departed for the edge of the galaxy, commanding us to obey the slave laws or face their wrath when they returned.
Sounds decidedly vague and also perhaps an interesting gap open to disobey the slave laws. Do you know anything about other alien races, Fwiffo?
We only know bits and pieces of what happened to each race. For instance, when defeated, the Hut joined the hierarchy as combat roles, while the Siren chose to be slave-shielded on a planet in the Bug Squirt
Stars.
No, that's not right. I forget its name. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, the Shell-60. They were utterly wiped out in a gigantic blaze of glory.
Oh my. Blaze of glory? What do you mean?
The Shell-60 were half sterile, as you know, having been uplifted by the Hut
Right.
just a few decades before the start
I remember
of the war.
that.
Given their habit of detonating those suicidal so-called glory devices in combat, it came as no particular surprise to me when, upon the arrival of the Ur-Quan Primary Task Force at their homeworld, the Shell-60 caused their sun to
Holy
explode
shit.
in a colossal supernova, destroying the entire planetary system, and not incidentally,
Very well done. What about yourself, Fwiffo?
Me? You mean me, personally? Oh, nice of you to ask. I was born a poor green incrusting, the youngest child of a family of 18,487. My male parent had to work hard to support us, very hard. But each of my brothers and sisters and I tried to help out to make ends meet. The female parent was kind and sweet to all of us. Why, she once even called me by name. She said, what a treat, a golden memory. I swiftly matured into a fine example of my species with my parents' assistance. Achieved independence. Specifically, they pried me from the door jamb and rolled me into the street. Thus prepared, I set out to make my fortune. I had great dreams in those days. Yes, great dreams. I knew that someday I would be vastly rich, wealthy enough to afford a large, well-fortified mansion. Surrounding my mansion would be vast tracts of land, through which I could slide at any time I wished. Of course, one can never be too sure that there aren't monsters hiding just behind the next bush. So I would plant trees to climb at regular, easy-to-reach intervals. And being a spotty of the world, I would know that some monsters climb trees, though often not well. So I would have my servants place in each tree a basket of perfect stones. Not too heavy, not too light, just the right size for throwing at monsters. I was thinking about what color the stones would be painted. Aqua, mauve, or magenta, when a vegetable cart came careening down the street outside my house and knocked me unconscious. When I awoke, I was aboard the void ship Star Runner, headed for Earth. Apparently, I had been out of my head for quite some time after the accident, and with the assistance of some kind strangers, had been relieved of my funds and convinced to join the Navy, where I have been unpleasantly employed for the last 25 years.
Quite a sob story, Fwiffo, but you know, I'm sure you'd feel a lot safer if you were with us. Come on, Fwiffo, join our fleet of one ship.
Happy days and jubilation! I discard all prejudice and hesitations and accept and celebrate your offer of protection
Great.
and your undying commitment
Of
to my
course.
well-being. I must wax melancholy for just a moment, though. And make sure you understand that any other spaceships we meet at large in the galaxy are not going to be quite so responsive to
Yeah, I
gestures
understand.
as myself, since they bear more heavily the yoke of Ur-Quan
Right.
enslavement and are also apt to talk themselves out of alive
Oh,
with a totally
nonsense.
unknown alien, which I, having been left here alone, cannot do. Welcome me aboard, Captain.
Alright. So we now have the Spathia Looter on our side, and it is a very, very useful ship, folks. It, goddamn, it is exceedingly useful, if I recall correctly. Then again, I'm a terrible player at the combat. Far, far more rusty than I had been, and not all fights will be as easy as that first one. So yeah, welcome aboard, Fwiffo. I'm gonna go ahead and save the game here. I think that'll actually conclude this video. I know we didn't get around to exploring that much, but there's just so much story and interesting dialogue to uncover. I mean, would you really have preferred if I skipped through all of that? Of course not. 'Cause you watched so far along here with me, come on! Anyway, exploring outside our solar system, we'll have to wait for another video, folks. See you all next time.